During the passage of the twin tails of the planet Nibiru over Earth, when the atmosphere is destroyed, the chemical components found in the tails will form firestorms and create hydrocarbons due to high temperatures, and these hydrocarbons will fall to Earth in the form of a rain of fire that will calcinate everything that is on the surface. The tails of the planet Nibiru are essentially made up of carbon and hydrogen, which without the presence of oxygen these elements do not combust when they are in space, but when they transit through our oxygen-containing atmosphere, they catch fire, absorbing all the oxygen that existed around them. The Popol Vuh, the sacred book of the Mayans, tells that people were suffocated in a sticky substance that fell from the sky, and at that time there was a great rain of fires on the earth, and all the inhabitants of the earth were exterminated. A similar story was preserved in the Nawa texts known as the Memories of Chuautitlan, where it is narrated about a time that ended with a rain of fire. And in the mythology of the Yogurt people of western Siberia, similar memories were transmitted for thousands of years, referring to God sending a sea of fire on earth. In the eastern Indies, indigenous tribes say that in a remote past a rain of fire fell from the sky. The Egyptian papyrus of Ippur tells that this game incinerated everything. Porticos, columns and walls were burned by fire, and the whole sky was submerged in a huge chaos. The papyrus also states that this fire almost annihilated all humanity. Nibiru is the true origin of the existing oil on earth, instead of the hypothetical extinction of the dinosaurs or anything else that supposedly left. These oil deposits during the pole shift firestorms are caused as a product of the passage of the Nibiru tails that contain hydrocarbon elements that ignite into flames when touching oxygen from the atmosphere. This binds the elements, creating oil, and that is how it becomes the origin of the oil that exists on Earth. The human being thinks that oil comes from the compression of organic matter trapped underground for millions of years, but they have never been able to recreate this process. The human being does not know how to create oil or carbon or natural gas from organic elements now, if remotely the official theory of the origin of oil is correct, because no new oil deposits are currently being formed. The official theory has never been tested, and the worst thing is that no one has questioned it, and it has not even been investigated if oil, coal, and gas are not formed under normal conditions, but rather under special conditions and on Earth. These extraordinary conditions occur only when a pole shift occurs. Actually, hydrocarbons are produced with the passage of the planet Nibiru, which drops them on the Earth, penetrating the fractures of porous soils, and they remain trapped there during the course of the accommodation of the layers of the Earth's crust caused due to the earthquakes that continue to occur for many years after a pole shift. In most cases, these hydrocarbons are created in the atmosphere during a pole shift and fall to the ground, infiltrating the ground and slipping into cracks and fractures, after which the sealing is accomplished thanks to massive tidal waves. Accompanying pole shifts, the oceans overflow over fractures in the ground where hydrocarbons have been stored, leaving them trapped under a layer of seawater and sediment. Then over time the seawater evaporates, leaving a layer of salt on top of the oil deposits, and is for that reason there is a relationship between the presence of oil and salt deposits.